All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. Pastor Dow here. It's been a long time, quite a few days as a matter of fact. Been extremely busy. But anyway, I want to make the nature of this video labor force revolution. Labor force revolution. We all understand that anytime we listen to the mainstream news media, they're going to be spinning everything. They're going to spin everything in favor of the government. They're going to spin everything in favor of public figures, just in order to try to persuade you and make you think that everything is fine, and thereby introducing into your heart and mind a spirit of complacency and apathy so that you don't take any action and do anything. That's what they're hoping for. They're hoping that you stay passive and that you don't do anything. However, here I am, Pastor Dow. Before I get started really good, if you don't mind, can you hit the like button and please tell people, other people about this channel who may want to be informed as we talk about the crisis that we're in and what we're headed to, and do whatever we can to inform the people who have the ears to hear. What's happening right now, and I'm getting communication from one end of this land, from as far as North Carolina to California, as we're watching the labor force revolution go on, all because of all these mandates. I think the government has finally realized, and I know the airlines has really realized, that Americans' spirit is a hell of a lot stronger, and that they don't need a paycheck and a song and a dance in order to keep their liberty and freedom. We got a lot of people out there that are giving up millions in order to maintain their personage and their right to function as a human being. They're not some type of shield or some type of widget line to where we are being controlled by every facet of government as possible. We are free people, and people are exercising and showing you. And I'll give you an example. A lot of the airlines now have reconsidered their mandate policy, and I'm going to tell you the reason why they reconsider it. Not because they are repenting because of the pressure and the undue stress and the heavy burden that they put on American families who have lost their jobs, who have stood for their right and their life and their liberty and their pursuit of happiness to be able to conduct and live lives the way they want. And after all, if they're working for you, then that's what they're doing. But don't come up here and think that you can sit up there and adjust your policies and then adjust things just because somebody up there in the outhouse says that this is going to be my mandate and this is what we're going to do. It's, after all, we're finding out that this President Biden, he thinks he's some type of maverick, or some type of Caesar or dictator or something like that. He can just say, wave a wand, or do whatever the hell he wants, and American people will comply. Well, American people are just not capitulating, are they? So, the airlines have recanted, and they are now have reconsidered their mandate policies, and now they're accepting their workers back in the workforce. Now they got another problem. Now, mind you, the only reason why they're doing this is because there's been so many cancellations. So many pilots are not flying. And this is why I keep telling you over and over again, and I've said it once, said it 1,000 times in the past. Listen, when you live today, don't go out here and get into this market of spin. You need to be saving money so you can position yourself, so you can be in a position of power. Because right now, they got Taco Bell on the East Coast, offering $18 an hour. This is a labor force. This is a workforce market right now. And there are a lot of people actually, are thankful that they actually quit their job, because now companies, businesses have raised up their hourly wages, have raised up their salaries, and they're looking for people. And a lot of people are changing occupations. They've reconsidered their position, and now they're marketing themselves to be able to go out here and get a higher paying job, all because they quit, watch this, a job for a few months. I'll, be willing to say and stick my neck on the line that a lot of these people that was able to do this has positioned themselves by saving money, making sure that they have some type of contingency plan for just a time as this. Because we already see here in America that our government really don't give a damn about us. And of course, we can go back to this debacle over there when Biden and his administration left all those Americans over there. And listen, mainstream media try to make you forget about it. And Americans done rocked themselves to sleep and forgot that this country has left Americans abandoned over in a war-torn zone, which we basically just tucked tail and ran and gave up. So 20 years of being over there in Afghanistan, all for nothing. And not only that, we armed our enemies to the tune of $85 billion compliments of American taxpayers because of the buffoons that so-called has been elected. I believe they've been selected into office. Listen to me. Listen to me real good. If you want things to be better in your life, sometimes you have to understand that pain is a privilege. And pain is there to teach you, not for you to adjust or move to the side or something. It's there to teach you to not make the same mistakes or repeat the same failures of the past. So now we're watching people capitalize off of this just like the rich do. You know what I mean? Order out of chaos. What do? Well, in a market like the stock market is down right now, most people said, hey, this is why I buy, and then I capitalize off of it when it rises again. Well, now guess what? If people market themselves right and they do it right, they can actually go back to these companies and demand for higher pay. I mean, in the medical field, they can't even find nurses no more. They can't find them. They're exporting them from other states and giving them double and sometimes upwards of triple. Why? Because I have people on the inside. They give me this information. The salary. There's nurses in Alabama that are no longer working in Alabama, working in Houston, Texas, because they can, instead of making $20 an hour, they can make $40 and $45 an hour. Think about that for a second. And on contract. So now the workforce and the government who overreached, who thought they had all this power and all this perceived power and strength that the people did not grant nor the Constitution gave to them. We the people, not we the government. Now they done found out that they ain't as powerful as they thought. So now you got mainstream news media, CNN, MSNBC, all of them are fudging the number and cooking the books trying to tell you that labor, the unemployment labor is at 4.8. BS. No, it ain't. There's no way. When you done turn around and force people off jobs, state troopers, you done force people, firemen, nurses, doctors, flight attendants, airmen. I mean, and of course, what's the answer to everything? The answer to everything to them is, well, if we can't get nobody to do it, then we'll just get the military to take over. You know, all you people on the contract in the National Guard, that's their answer. Because, see, they don't have to raise no pay or give you pay and for you to get out there and watch this. Police the American people. Man, guess what? Everything that they thought that American was compliant. They should be able to learn, because when you look at these protests that's going on in France and Australia, they're tearing the place up. How much news coverage have you seen on this? How much news coverage have you seen on these people literally tearing up? And I do mean tearing up the country and protesting it. And they really are hostile towards the media. They're tired of the spin. They're tired of the funk. They're tired of the junk. And they want straight up freedom, liberty, and to be treated as human beings and not like a bunch of cattle that's lining up to be shot. Well, you can see right now that it comes at people demanding their rights. And what do you do when you have all these people? I even went to the United States Post Office the other day, and I went to like 2 or 3 of them. Every single one of them without fail. Hiring. It's a labor market. Why? Because their businesses cannot run without labor. And now, not only hiring, but check this out. Forget the hiring. Isn't it nice for change that we can actually go to work where we want to go to work, get paid all the time we've been wanting to be paid, and now we never could seem to be able to get it, but now we can get it? And is it not amazing to you? It's amazing to me. So now, unions, corporations, companies, all of them now, they thought they had the power. They thought they had the strength, because you know what the problem is? The problem is for them is they never did think that so many Americans would actually value their liberty and freedom over tyranny and slavery. Yep. Hey, y'all stay tuned, because I'm telling you right now, I got a whole lot more I need to be putting out, and a whole lot more I need to be telling y'all. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do another video telling you again what they won't tell you. so that you can be informed and hopefully to be able to hear, make the right moves, and to preserve you and your family, your homestead, your communities, and your lifestyle. What we need more than anything, America, is we need more unity. We need more unity against the military-industrial complex. We need more unity against the government because they have overreached and overstepped and they really think that they're all of that in a bag of chips. We need to become mutually assistants. That's what we need. We need to start having conversations, serious conversation. We need to start implementing plans on what we're going to do in case we have to run across something like this again. And you better believe every time something goes awry in this country, the government, the military, and everybody, they're reevaluating everything. And they're trying to figure out, okay, how can we avoid this? How can we make sure that this don't ever happen again? That's the type of attitude we need as a people, and not go back to our lifestyle of being plush. Just leave me alone, I leave you alone. No, stay on the cutting edge. Stay on the cutting edge and stay on fire.